Hey Theresa. Chanel channel videos. Here we are. My lighting is a little goofy today because I forgot to film a video when there was sunlight, and that changes the lighting. You want to check out my very cool tripod setup? Yeah, awesome. And that's a towel I keep over my pillow because of the cats, because they love to sleep directly on a pillow, and that's a lot of cat hair. Anyway, I feel nervous about this video, so I wanted to read some of my writing, and I found this. I forgot I wrote this. I mean, I knew I wrote this, but I forgot about, I haven't read it for years. I wrote this in, show me the history, 2017. Oh my gosh, so that's many years ago. Yeah, 2017, and it's 2025, so this is funny too because it was it's a portfolio cover letter for a creative writing class that I did, and I wrote it as a letter to myself, so I feel like it fits perfectly with these videos, so I'm gonna read it. I think it's really poetic and fun, and it's gonna be a good way for me to kind of ground myself today, because yeah, I feel nervous about posting stuff and about having a channel and being visible. It makes me feel very goofy. Okay, so here we go. Theresa. Prose. Prose after poetry is like stretching your arms after hundreds of push-ups. So here is some prose. I feel always like talking to someone, so this is me talking to myself. I'm learning how to write for myself again. Sometimes it feels like everything I write has to be beautiful or profound, but I just have so many words that need to be let go. So many words in my head. They don't assemble themselves for the pleasure of others. They're all just there, bouncing back and forth so that my head sways over my shoulders like a pendulum. It doesn't matter what I write, just that I write it. The words keep coming. They orbit no body in particular, just scatter across the page like little glittering pebbles of truth. Maybe that's it. I've got a bad case of excess truth. Too many truths fighting for attention in my head. It's true that I'm not the person I wish I was, or at least that I hardly ever am, but it's true that I'm always that person, and all my other behaviors are someone else fighting for attention in my head. Anyway, writing is my way of understanding myself. Poetry is purposeful excavation. Prose just scatters words onto the page until I know which ones are true. Writing for me has evolved from self-expression to self-communication. Every piece I write is a conversation with myself, a conversation with you. I don't know what your process will look like the next time you read this, but I'm sure much will be the same. You see, I work a lot these days. 3 hours of class in the morning, followed by 8 hours of working, and there's not a lot of time left over. Wow, yes, Theresa, there doesn't leave a lot of time left over. That sounds like a lot. You might need to take a break. Luckily for me, poetry is highly travelable. It folds up neatly in your pocket or under your tongue. Starting a poem is like doing a puzzle. I tend to work them out in the back of my mind while I'm ringing someone up or doing paperwork, and play with word choice in my head. It takes time, and when I've written the poem, I can't stand to just set it down on paper. I whisper it to myself at work, and as I step off the bus, and before I fall asleep. I cast it like a spell about my head. I drape it across me, knead my tongue into the folds of it, and sing it to myself like a lullaby. I repeat it and repeat it as though I can make a cloud of it around me. I fancy I can make it so dense that it will isolate me entirely, enshroud my ears and eyes until it's just my words and me. I say it to myself like a mantra, like a chant, like a constant reminder of who I am. I saturate myself with the words that spill out of me until I can hardly get them out of my head. They float peacefully between my ears and reverberate when touched. They alight on my tongue, burst into flight as they come off my lips. When I write a poem, it's a recipe for which I've all the ingredients. I stir and stir and stir. To share my writing with others is only scary when I let loose the last word and exhale, inhale. Oh, I feel very scared right now. Then comes the silence. Do they hate it? Then someone talks, and no matter what they say, I'm afraid they're too polite to say they hate it. And then they've considered my poem long enough to keep talking, and I'm hungry for their feedback. Hungry for compliments, yes, and hungry for their criticisms. I come to the circle trusting them to respect me the way I respect them, and am let down only once. What? When was I let down? What happened, Theresa? Tell us. I know how much progress I've been able to make because of their suggestions, this group of observant, perceptive, creative minds. My difficulty is knowing what I can be selfish of or what I can be too proud to change because it is my style, versus what does not make sense to anyone but me. My writing is personal to me. Every word is handpicked from thousands with care. Thusly, I take feedback very personally. Nonetheless, I'm learning how to separate constructive criticism from stylistic insult. Interesting. Another difficulty I have is jealousy. When someone writes so beautifully that it breaks my heart, so beautifully that I don't question her writing authority, I become so jealous. I'd begun to feel this way about a highly praised author in our creative writing class, until recently something occurred to me that may have been my best experience in class. Most of her previous poetry I both admired and dismissed as overly obscure, until she brought to class a poem that truly hit me. When I interpreted the poem, I read it as a situation I myself am experiencing with my mother. I used the details in the poem to infer a complex and emotional relationship between the speaker and her mother. I figured I was rather off base and merely reading myself into the poem. Many other classmates also offered their interpretations to the poem, but at the end of the class, the author identified my interpretation as the one that matched her intent. I was in awe. Her poem expressed something that I was feeling, and I expressed it so thoroughly that I could tell she understood me. To think that we have that experience in common, and that poem in common, so to speak, amazed me. It humanized her to me. Her poem was true for both of us, and I realized we may have more in common than I originally thought. It was a powerful experience for me, and I'm going to carry it with me when I meet other fabulous people of whom I want to be jealous. You will find in this collection many works in progress. Heck, maybe you will find old drafts of pieces that you have revised since now. I hope this is the case. My favorite is a poem called This Is For Me, because it really was for me. I also really enjoyed the pseudo villanelle, even though I found out it wasn't a true villanelle on a rather humiliating day in creative writing. I got over it. Humiliating, oh no. Now I'll work hard to write a real villanelle, but I think it will have to be unrelated to the one I tried to write. I like that one as it is for now. I've included some poem starts that didn't get much attention this semester. I'm sure you'll have revised them somewhat by the time you're reading this. They've got potential, that's for sure. The professor says one of your short stories is just the start of a bigger story, which is probably true because you've gotten feedback like that from others when it comes to your other short stories. It's hard to imagine where it will go right now because I think I've only written what has happened. The next part of the story really hasn't happened yet. I'll sit on that one for now. Anyhow, I hope you enjoy reflecting back on these works and revising them and tucking them under your tongue to work through them, to work them out during the day. Don't forget to stir. Okay, yeah, that was really cute. Thanks for that, Pastor Theresa. I wonder if I'm talking too low for the video to like hear me properly. I was just saying, I think that was really cute. So thank you, Pastor Theresa. It was a little pretentious and a little goofy, but that makes sense because I'm a little goofy, cheesy, and I used to be a little bit more pretentious than I am now. I worked on that and I continue to work on that just because I don't want to be pretentious. I don't like pretense and I don't like pretenses. I mean, especially like, yeah, pretenses are silly when you can just have a reality. Okay, I almost feel like I should read something that I wrote back then. To like round this out, but I could read the villanelle I was talking about. I'll admit that I didn't I feel embarrassed to say this now. I didn't in my letter I said that I would write a villanelle. A villanelle is a kind of poem that has like very strict rules and structure. And I tried to write one for my creative writing class, and I didn't notice that I didn't end up following the rules and the structure. And so I was really embarrassed when I brought it to class and everyone was like, "Oh, this is not a villanelle." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool, that's awesome, that's hilarious, wow." I was really embarrassed about it back then, and now I wouldn't be so embarrassed because it's very autistic and ADHD thing to do. Because it's like you get so like, especially I guess ADHD, because you get so focused and like carried away with the goal of the task, and then you're like, okay, great, I think I did it, and then like you just kind of look over the rules again and you're like, yeah, no, I did that, wait, oh wait, I guess. Okay, yeah, so I feel so embarrassed now. Oh, I think I have a short one that I can read, that's more recent, that I want to put them together. I think I would like that. I don't want it's already like 15 minutes. Ooh. I didn't even finish typing that one. Okay, I guess this is the end of the video for now, and I will talk more later. Yeah, this was really fun. I forgot a lot of what I said in that letter, but my writing is still a really beautiful self-communication for me, and I'm really enjoying it. And I did record a video reading some of my poetry, but I'm not sure, like my current poetry. But then I kind of felt nervous about that, and I recorded this instead, so I'm not sure if I will post that. So anyways, That was really fun. And yeah, if there's any non-me people watching this, I hope you enjoyed or got a laugh out of that or something. It's nice to honor that part of me, and the reality that I had back then and that I was living in. It's helpful to integrate my realities together. My reality from then, my reality now, my reality in the future when you're watching this again. Yeah, integration of realities and having a cohesive self-experience is really important, and I hope that you can find ways to have that as well. So, okay, bye.